I feel like democracy is when you have a right to be sovereign, you have a right to speak up, you have a right to talk, you have a right to disagree, and so what is democracy to you? Does it exist whatsoever?
Maybe Switzerland? Switzerland is oh, should I talk directly into this?
Yeah, I would talk directly into it.
I think it exists, and maybe not in a fully perfect form, but
yeah.
I think it does, but today we have like many examples of democracy not existing at all. I have this feeling.
Yeah.
Because Because I feel like democracy is when you have a right to be sovereign, you have a right to speak up, you have a right to talk, you have a right to disagree and resist, and you have a right to be listened to, and I think it's this is what democracy is for me.
Do you think it exists less now than in the past? Like, you think there was a past point where it existed more?
No, I don't think so. I think today we're probably at the best point of democracy in human history. Maybe not. I mean, maybe we're not at the best point, but it definitely feels. I don't know. It kind of goes back to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
The 21st century is a interesting time for democracies. You know.
Yes.
No, I was just thinking. Actually, it's pretty good right now.
Yeah.
If you consider like history, it's probably a lot more democratic countries than before.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
so too. That's why I feel that now, not being able to live in a democratic society is such a. It's something what we. I don't know. It's such a huge contrast, you know, from what it was.
It's more like this, or at least supposed to be the standard than it used to be.
Yeah, for us it is, at least, because we come from quote-unquote democratic countries, so.
But even like dictatorships generally have like a veneer of democracy. It's like like Belarus has a president and has elections. They're just not.
That's the thing, but you know, the problem is that it's not.
No, it's just but
it's not. Yeah, but it masks itself as a democracy.
Like, you can't just say you're king anymore. You have to like give some democratic like.
Yeah, this is the surface of what we can't really see.
Even in the U.S. too, we do have a democracy, right? You go out to vote, you do this, you do that, But still, a lot of the elected officials are paid for by corporations, and so it's complicated because you have all these different interests going into I'm not really sure it is purely democratic. I think it generally works, but I think it definitely has a lot of issues, especially in the United States.
I'm glad I can listen to you, because I'm not from there, so I'm learning many new things.
What about Poland?
I think, for instance, like even now with the abortion law, people are against, and what is happening? They can't have a right to do this. It's not democracy to me, you know. It's and it's not.
So is in Poland, the majority of the people are they against the abortion law?
I think many people, yes, are against. Many women.
Yeah.
Because we are asking women about that.
Yeah.
I feel like they are protesting. They're screaming out loud. We want to change something, but they're not listened. So I feel like there is, of course, but.
There's issues as well.
And I think that's something that kind of is true across the board for a lot of democracies, is that you do have elections, but then the elected officials get together and they're a very small group of people compared to the rest of society, and they can kind of have the power to do what they want to a certain extent.
I agree. And what about politics? What is politics to you? Do people talk about politics in US and
Often.
Yeah, they do.
is it a comfortable topic or?
I don't
Not
really enjoy it as much anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Very angry.
very angry. Yeah,
Or like people even agreeing and like being angry together.
yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And also in the U.S. you have the two-party system. So most people, when you have a conversation about politics, you can pretty much have an idea of where
Of what they're gonna say
of
before they even
what
say
they're
it.
going to say before they're going to say it. Exactly, because most people fall into two parties. Although what I do find in the U.S. is most people, they're not hard line for, they like a little bit of what the Republicans do, but they also like a little bit of what the Democrats do, but they don't really feel like either party truly represents their interests wholly. It's kind of a mishmash of both, but you have to throw your weight behind one, which I think is flawed. Yeah, I think it's flawed, but people definitely do talk about politics. Yeah.
Yeah. Here too.
Yeah.
But I agree with you that instead of, I don't know, trying to have a conversation and let everyone speak, either people are getting very angry or, or they just completely disagree and they don't want to communicate, I would say. I feel like politics, it's a space where everyone can speak.
It should be.
Yeah.
It
This
should
should
be.
be.
It should be, yeah.
Yeah, it should be, yes. So, yeah, similar.
Would
Yes.
either of you ever become a politician?
I wanted to as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was really interesting. But the older I've gotten, the less
to me
appealing.
less, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Did you want to?
I wanted to be very active in politics, for sure. But I feel like prefer to do it, not becoming a politician, but rather to organize myself with some activist and do a real work.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
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 Thank you.